Okay, thanks.
That last play was a travel.
You know, I didn't even think that. No, okay, when's Pivot graduating? Can she graduate now? I don't want to ever see her again. No, it's funny. She hit the game-winning shot in double overtime last year. That was our last loss in McHale. I didn't think so, but I was too busy looking. I didn't even look at her feet. Honestly, did it look like it? Really, yeah, I didn't even, honestly. Just, she made a tough shot because it looked like she got bodied up and she kind of stepped through like she's a great player. And she hits big shots. I thought that, but I wasn't mad about the last play. There were some things we could have done differently. We drew up the exact play that they were going to run. They ran it. Her going downhill to her left, she's hard to guard. She is the person that we knew who they'd get the ball to. And credit to Oregon State, they're a great team. They have a lot of good weapons. Their experience, especially from the perimeter, not inside. They're hard to guard because they spread you out. They have a good post player in the lane, so you got to help on the weak side, and then you're late to rotate out to shooters. The mistakes that I don't like are the fouls on the three-point shot, the and one. Those are the things. That's why you lose the game. It's not the last play. It's the 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. It's those, or the 7 in the first half. It's those things that it wears on you. It's every possession matters.
I know the last shot was obviously blocked, but the possession before that, it looked like you guys got some really good looks. And I mean, you got to be pleased with, you gave yourself some chances in the final minutes.
No, I am pleased that we had good looks, like the missed layup, the missed 15-footer. Those are shots we normally make. Those are shots that I want them to take. Ari had a couple shots in and out, tough shots that she normally has, and they weren't forced, they were open. Normally Ari doesn't go 6 for 21. If she makes 3 or 4 those shots, she's 10 for 21. But I thought Kate was really strong tonight. It hurt us when Puello went out because against the zone, she really stretches the defense. So it's a big difference. But I thought Amari played her best game tonight. I thought we did some really good things, and Dominique's back. Dominique was awesome. I just could not. I didn't want to play her first game back 30 minutes. I could have, but I want her for the long term, and we're going to have a lot more games, and she's really important. So I just had to kind of manage her minutes.
Helena?
It's a slight twisted ankle sprain, so she'll play on Sunday. But it just was tender, hard to run to get back in. But we needed her.
That timeout early in the second half.
Yeah.
What'd you tell them?
Well, so we made an adjustment that was effective for the on balls, and I don't usually yell. I did yell in that timeout. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Because we were supposed to do something in 2 possessions in a row, we did not do it, and we're locked in defensively. We're usually disciplined, so after that, we did it every time, and it worked. When we were icing on balls, I thought it was very effective, but we didn't get into it twice, so I had to call that timeout.
How were they initially taking this loss? I mean,
They're okay, hanging their heads a little bit just because it's a dagger at the end. I think those are hard to swallow because I think personally you think of all the shots you missed individually and the missed box, those things I think you think about as a player. But I said, hey, don't hang your head. I'm not mad. I'm proud of our fight. I'm proud of our effort. We were down, I think, by 9. I don't know for sure yet, but 9 points at one time. We fought back. So I just said, against the number 3 team in the country, those are the little deficits you can't have. There was a time they scored 3 times in a row. We didn't score. They went on those little 8-0, 7-0 runs. Those are things we can't have. We can't go 8-0 runs. We can't allow that against number 3 in the country and wins. But we're right there. I mean, we're a program that wasn't considered years ago against a top program. We would have been killed. So we are right there. We play within 1 basket. I'm proud of us because we just have so much more to grow, and we're getting better.
Were you aware that ASU beat Oregon tonight?
I was right before the game. I heard that. I was like, great, we get to get Oregon after a loss. That's awesome. Welcome to the Pac-12. No, I mean, but I think what I love about it is we do have the best conference in the country, but we have parity. We didn't have that when I played. When I played, it was Stanford and it was everybody else. You knew Stanford was going to win. They won like 20 years in a row. Now you don't know. It could be Oregon State. It could be Oregon. It could be someone else. It could be UCLA. It could be us winning the Pac-12 tournament or moving up. So you don't know. And I think, what I want is that you come to Arizona, you play ASU and us, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be hard because that helps us. By ASU's being successful helps us. Us being successful helps because now ASU played them to the wire. They played a lot of minutes. Now we played Oregon State to the wire. So this is a tough trip, and that's what we want because I hate going on the Oregon trip. I am like, oh, this is great. So we want that. I think that's a great win for ASU, but we need to bounce back. I think we're fine. I think we showed some great stuff, and we showed fight. Like, my team doesn't quit, and I love that. So I don't care about a couple missed shots. I care about the little mental mistakes when I call that timeout. Those are the mistakes that we can't do to beat number 3 in the country. We can do that and beat an unranked team. But we can't do that to play or beat the best. We have to be extremely disciplined.
Mad as you've been since you got here?
No, I wasn't that mad. I was mad of our focus, but I wasn't, like, I was over it after, like, 1 second. But it was just like, we got to do that. Like, if we don't do those things, if you're not locked in on the same page, you don't win these games. So I thought a couple things we could have done better. I mean, on the boards, we could have been a little bit better. Defending the 3 a little bit better. But I thought, we hit a couple more shots, we win the game. So.
Really aggressive. She's always aggressive, but even more than normal. She did the whole big guard thing where she came out and she was going after balls.
Kate's been great.
Was there a little something extra for her today to do that?
No, I think she just wants to win. She's a competitor. She's never someone that doesn't compete, whether she plays good or bad. She fights, and I love that about her. She knew that they were freshmen. She was trying to be aggressive. And, I mean, Jones is a really good freshman. Like, she's going to be good. They use her well. They spread the floor. She goes one-on-one. I think she's a good freshman. But Kate's a very good player, and she stepped up big for big games. And, I mean, she's coming into her own, and I'm proud of her because she's someone that's consistent, someone I can rely on. I know what I'm getting with Kate, and effort's never the question. So.
To play Oregon is pretty quick. You guys play them Sunday at noon. What's the difficulty in that, or how do you prepare for that?
I think the difficulty about our league is, like, there's such good teams on the turnaround. You don't have a lot of. You prepare early in the week. Every team probably does the same thing. You prepare early in the week. Later in the week, you focus on one team, and then Saturday really is a walkthrough. You can't really practice. I mean, they just played 38, 36, 33, 39. So you have to be light. So it's more of a mental walkthrough with a little bit of shooting. But, you got to rest your kids because it's less than 48 hours. It's an early game. It's not even like a night game. So you got to rest, recover. You go on the court and you walk through little things that hurt you. Or for my job is to watch our game tonight, watch the ASU game against Oregon and see what things were effective and how I want to make some adjustments for certain plays and what we need to do. So for us, like, we got to do that as coaches.
With the matchup with Oregon and with the 4 players going 33 minutes or more, you're going to try to use your bench a little bit more with that matchup?
It depends. I think that there's not too many top teams that play 11 people. It's just not a reality. Most coaches are comfortable playing 8. And, I mean, I think you have to go with your horses. It's like there is the best teams. You go with your best players, and if you can get minutes here and there, but it's not I don't have the liberty as a coach to experiment with freshmen. I don't. You earn your time. You earn in other games, but when you're playing a top team in the country, I don't have it's not time to experiment. So I got to go with who I know has experience. I thought Mara did a really good job, though. I thought Lucia gave good minutes. Mara gave a couple minutes, but she gave good minutes. So that's experience. So then, as a coach, I know I can give her a couple more minutes. Like, and a lot of it's matchups. So you can use your bench more in particular matchups. And that's what's hard sometimes. They play 4 guards. I have to take Samaje out, and I go with Sam at the 4. So I think a lot of it's situational. And, when there's really athletic teams, we need a really athletic defensive line. So I think it's a lot of that. But you can't win the Pac-12 playing 11 players. It's just not. It's not what any coach does. If you look at all the top teams in America, they play 7, 8 players, every team. Depending, and then if there's foul trouble, you may go into the 9th. But that's just kind of what it is.
How did the crowd help you guys?
It helped us a lot. I thought the crowd was awesome. I don't know what the final numbers were. Really? I felt like it was way more than 57, huh? Wow, it felt like there was way more than 5,700 people. I thought there was almost the lower bowl was full. The crowd helps us. We're going to have a bigger crowd on Sunday. It just helps us because they're the sixth man. They're the one that's loud. It's hard to hear offense. It was even hard for us sometimes. But those things help you. They help your players play a little bit harder. They love it. So, hopefully we'll have a bigger crowd on Sunday.
You guys forced 19 turnovers tonight. How pleased were you, like, on the defensive end against this high of a caliber team?
I'm really pleased. I was very pleased with our defense. It's just at times when there was a lapse, we paid for it. So not when we were locked in and played our defense, we got violations, or they had like 2 or 3 shot clock violations, or they're taking a really tough shot. The hard part was we were in rotation a lot, and then it's like rotate, and then they have a great shooter in the corner. Like those things from being in rotation early hurt us. Like when we're off on a certain part, or we don't have a good hedge, that hurts you, or we're not denying the next pass. So those things are the little things we can't do, and I think we had too many lapses where they scored in bunches, and that hurt us. But I think overall our defense was good, but not good enough. We can't allow a team to come in here and shoot 45%. They average 36%, and then 43% from the floor. We can't allow that. That's too high of a percentage on our home court. Okay, thanks, you guys. Yeah. See ya.
get back in the action?
It felt amazing. You know, I really missed being out there, missed being with my teammates, missed the hype of it all. It was amazing to feel back or get back in the game. And, you know, it would have been even better if we got the win, but that didn't happen. But like I said, it just felt amazing to play again.
Sam, you guys missed 7 of your last 8 shots, but how did you feel about, the looks you guys got down the stretch?
Yeah, they were some good looks. We just couldn't convert, but it was nice to have all the fans cheering for us. Even when we missed, they still brought us back into the game, so we were able to just keep taking shots and get out of our heads.
Scott from Oregon State said he thought that you would be out there no matter what. Dominique, did you kind of feel that way? He said you'd be out there on one leg.
I got some word that before the game that they were asking our trainer if I would be out there. The goal was to try to trick him to see if I was just warming up or not or whatever it was going to be. But it was just basically to try to get me to get eased back in, get the feel for it, not play a whole bunch of minutes. We'll see about Sunday, but he was right. I really wanted to be back in. No pressure to get back in, but I just really wanted to be back with everybody.
At the beginning, were you like warming up on a bike underneath or something like that? Because they were looking for you, they couldn't.
Well, no, I just got old legs. I just had to run out and stretch. I'm 23, oldest on the team, so no, I had to warm up my joints a little bit before I got back out there. So that was just going on.
What do you guys just kind of take away from this game? Because obviously you're so close to beating an undefeated team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just that we can compete with them. They're ranked number 3. Who knows where they'll be now that UConn lost and rankings are coming out again. So it's nice that we were with them the whole game. Even when we were down by like 9 or 10, we still found a way to fought back and just play with them. They obviously came out on top at the end, but it was really a learning experience for us.
How did you guys feel about the physical play down the stretch?
It was just something that we just have to fight through. It's not something that we're not surprised of seeing. We saw a little bit of it at ASU, UCLA. We've played through it a couple times. It's just one of those things you can't really give the game to, those 3 in black and white. We just have to push through, keep playing physical along with them, and fight till the end. And I think that we did a good job at that during the end.
Is it hard sometimes because this game it seemed like they weren't calling a lot of fouls, but when you played at UCLA and ASU, they were. I mean, is it hard to kind of adjust to that, or do you have to just kind of feel it out?
You definitely have to feel it out. Some refs like to call fouls, some refs don't. Oregon State was obviously a lot taller than us down low, so I mean, it was hard. It was going to be hard to get some calls if they stick their hands up, they're going to block our shots most likely. So it was kind of hard, but I mean, we fought through. We don't try and focus on that.
What was it like with Adia there at the second half, the first timeout? She was pretty animated. What was that experience like?
A little miscommunication. We felt it coming. We knew we messed up. So, she was just making sure we were on point so we could, we can't make mental mistakes like that if we want to be a top 3 team in the country. So she was just making sure we knew what we were supposed to do.
How aware, you guys were obviously aware that Oregon had lost before tip, and I guess, does it get into your mind at that point, let's make this the trifecta? Last night UConn goes down, tonight Oregon, and now let's try to make it the 3rd.
Yeah, it would have been nice for the Arizonas to take the Oregons down this day, but we try not to think about it. Obviously, we have a game to play, so we just want to take care of our business and not worry about what everybody else is doing just yet.
What does it say about the team that you guys are down double digits a couple times and were able to really, I think one stretch they didn't score for like more than 4 minutes. So what does that say about your possibilities with this team?
This shows a lot of growth. It's something that we didn't necessarily get to do at UCLA, but I think just with the fans being there, almost having 6,000 in attendance, just coming back, not having that defeated look in our eyes, that we were just going to come back, be gritty along with them, and just know that we can contend with top 3 in the country. So surely that'll change now, but we can contend with top teams, and we proved it tonight. We, of course, wanted to get the win, but I think that shows how far we've gone.
And now playing Oregon, I'm sure that a lot of teams look forward to playing a team like that. What are your thoughts about facing Oregon on Sunday?
They're going to be hungry. They just lost to ASU. They don't want to get another loss and get swept by the Arizona, so they're going to come out hungry, and we just got to match it.
Sam, just your thoughts on Sabrina Ionescu, the player she is?
She's amazing. We were watching our men's team play the other day, and they were talking about her there. She's just a great player. you know, you really have to try and pick your poison with her. She's a great passer, great shooter. So, I mean, kudos to her. She stayed to get her team another national championship. So, we'll just have to come out hard against her. Thank you. Happy 2020.